You start with the bed frame. In the 1930s, wooden slats carried mattresses, often supported by iron springs. The wood creaks under weight. The mattress sits firm but flexible. Your hand can feel the spring tension beneath the ticking fabric. This structure allows air to flow beneath the mattress. Air circulation regulates moisture and keeps temperature consistent. The mattress itself is layered. Horsehair, cotton batting, and wool padding combine. Horsehair adds resilience, cotton wicks moisture, wool insulates against cold while remaining breathable. Press down on the surface. It yields slightly and springs back. Each layer contributes to a microclimate around the sleeper. You see this when your hand sinks and recovers. The fabric emits a soft rustle with each movement. Quilts are next. In the 1930s, they were hand-pieced from cotton and wool scraps. Each patch has different thickness and density. Wool patches trap heat efficiently. Cotton patches allow heat to escape. This combination balances warmth and ventilation. Slide your hand over the quilt. The textures change under your fingers. The quilt moves silently, but you feel the shift in insulation. Layered correctly, the quilt responds to body heat and room temperature. Quilt construction matters. Stitches create pockets that lock the batting in place. These pockets prevent clumping. Clumping causes cold spots. The hand stitching produces a tactile surface. You can see raised lines of thread. These lines form a subtle pattern and contribute to airflow. Each stitch maintains the quilt's structural integrity while allowing it to adapt to temperature fluctuations. Bed layering is, absolutely critical. Sheets were typically made from linen or cotton. Linen is, crisp and breathable, while cotton holds warmth without causing you to overheat. The arrangement would be a bottom sheet, a top sheet, then a quilt. And sometimes this was all topped with a coverlet. Each layer interacts with the sleeper's heat. If you lift the quilt just a bit, you notice air movement between the layers. The body remains dry and comfortable because of this. Each layer really performs a role in regulating the microclimate around you. Room design, it turns out, influences quilt performance quite a bit. Bedrooms in the 1930s often had tall ceilings and large windows. Thick drapes were used to control drafts while still letting sunlight in. Floorboards would creak underfoot, adding a bit of character. The walls could reflect heat or cold, depending on their material. Quilts would respond to these variables. Sometimes a warm sunbeam hits the quilt, and wool patches absorb that heat, releasing it gradually. At night, the cotton sections prevent overheating, so the temperature remains balanced naturally. Daily habits really amplified quilt efficiency. Bed covers were often beaten and aired outside, allowing sunlight to sterilize the fabrics. Fresh air dried any moisture trapped in the wool and cotton. By evening, the quilt would hold an ideal dryness and loft. If you touch the quilt in the morning, you notice its resilience. It springs back and feels light, yet insulating. Folding and rotating quilts ensured even wear, and each action helped maintain their functional performance. Quilt maintenance, preserved those insulating qualities over time. Hand washing was really the standard approach, and harsh detergents were definitely avoided. Wool could felt if it was agitated too much, while cotton held its shape but actually softened with washing. Drying the quilt flat helped maintain its loft, and hanging introduced airflow, allowing any dampness to escape. These care routines kept each patch performing optimally, so the quilt retained its adaptive response to both body heat and room conditions. Modern application, interestingly, benefits from these same principles. Layering materials with different insulating and breathable qualities absolutely works. Airflow under the sleeping surface remains critical, even today. It's a good idea to use quilts with pockets to trap the batting and to alternate denser and lighter fabrics to help manage heat. Rotating and maintaining bedding regularly is important too. The tactile and visual cues from hand-stitched quilts, well, they inform our current bedding choices. They offer natural regulation, and all of that without electronics. Historical insight in this context really extends to design selection. Choosing fabrics and layers based on density and breathability creates a tailored sleep environment. Wool provides warmth, while cotton allows for ventilation. Structural stitching is key as it maintains loft and prevents clumping. Room temperature, airflow, and sunlight all interact with bedding materials, and observation and handling reveal a lot about performance characteristics. Historical methods, honestly, provide actionable strategies for today. To end with a practical takeaway, the 1930s quilt truly demonstrates the power of material selection and construction in temperature regulation. Paying attention to layers, fabrics, and air movement produces comfort, and all without relying on modern devices. Observe, touch, and maintain each layer. Your sleep environment adapts naturally, so apply these principles for effective, low-tech temperature control.